So I'm back for another installment. Today I'm going to be going over books that will qualify for the Charms OWL because we need to have books with white covers. And then I'm going over books that would qualify for the Defense Against the Dark Arts OWL because you need to have books set at sea or on an island or at the coast. And just like in my last video, if you see a little book icon somewhere around it, that means I've read the book, which means I thought that it was very good. I only keep books if they were a 4 or 5 star for me. I have too many books, so I need to get rid of a few of them, and that's like my easiest way to make sure that I'm not holding on to things that didn't bring me joy. So yeah, if you see the book icon, you can at least know that I personally thought that it was a good book. If you don't see a book icon, that means I haven't read it yet, and these were just books that I owned that I thought would still qualify for a prompt. Here we go. All right, so I'm gonna start with Charms. So this is gonna be all of the white books that I own. The Queen of Spades by Alexander Pushkin, as you can see, is predominantly white. Collected Poems of Edna St. Vincent Millay. I'm gonna run out of space on this chair so fast. Winterwood by Shay Earnshaw. Stitching Snow by R.C. Lewis. Eats, Shoots and Leaves, Lynn Truss. In the Woods, Tana French. Bone Gap, Laura Ruby. James Agee's A Death in the Family. So this one qualifies. I did not think it was a great book. It got 2 stars for me. I just haven't given it away yet. So, you know, if you like Stream of Consciousness, you might like this one, but that's all I'm gonna say. I just haven't made a video where I've trashed it yet. All the Pretty Horses by Cormac McCarthy. Howard Zinn's A People's History of the United States. I don't know why anybody would want to do this to themselves on a readathon, but you know, here's the option. George Orwell's 1984, The Brief Wondrous Life of Oscar Wilde by Junot Diaz, Cry the Beloved Country by Alan Paton, Collected Poems of Emily Dickinson, Waste and Want by Susan Strasser, The Hunchback of Notre Dame by Victor Hugo, Still Alice by Lisa Genova, Room by Emma Donoghue, Mindfulness by Mark Williams and Danny Penman. Okay, A Lesson Before Dying by Ernest J. Gaines, Lexicon by Max Berry, and Ceremony by Leslie Marmon Silko. And then finally, Wildwood by Colin Malloy and The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt. Now I'm going to go over books that were set at sea or that are on the coast. I also included books that are like on an island because essentially they are both on a coast / at sea. We've got The Odyssey by Homer. So much of this takes place on a boat. Like, so much of this takes place on a boat. The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexandre Dumas. A lot of it takes place on a boat, so much so that they featured a boat on the back of the book. The Sea of Monsters. They go through a sea, and there are monsters. And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie takes place on an island. All right, there are a few Jules Verne novels that would work for this too if you're interested. There's 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Literally, they are 20,000 leagues under the sea. And you could also go for The Mysterious Island. I would suggest 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Treasure Island, a lot of it takes place on a boat. So the Book of Speculation is about the guy lives on Long Island, so that's why I thought it counted. Passenger takes place on a boat, from what I remember. Yeah, it's about a life at sea. Passenger. The Storied Life of A.J. Fikry takes place on an island. All the Stars and Teeth is about mermaids. So obviously there's water. Scavenge the Stars by Tara Sim takes place partially on a ship. It's also a gender bent retelling of Count of Monte Cristo. House of Salt and Sorrows takes place with a lot of like little islands, and yeah, they live on a manor by the sea. Life of Pi takes place on the ocean. If you've read all of the books in the Lemony Snicket series for a series of unfortunate events, technically the end does take place partially on a boat. I don't know that that's necessarily a spoiler. I just flipped through and I saw this picture of a boat. The Swiss Family Robinson takes place on an island where they get stranded. And finally, Thunderstruck is about a ship and things that happen off Cape Cod. So these are all of the books that I own that would qualify for the Charms OWL and for the Defense Against the Dark Arts OWL. Let me know in the comments below if you've read any of these books and what you thought of them. If you want to know my opinion about any of the books that I've read, ask me and I'm very happy to answer you in the comments. Otherwise, I hope you have a good reading day wherever you are.